Mpoma Sisi is my name, and I'll be presenting on behalf of Syndicate 7. I will be taking you through how our syndicate used a reductive design process to creatively solve for SDG 4, which relates to access to quality education. The reason for this choice is that according to literature, education is an important approach to growth and sustainable development. The target selected as a focus is equal access of men and women to affordable quality technical and vocational and higher education. The focus is on TVET colleges because of their important role in providing skill-based education, which then produces employable graduates. The Department of Higher Education has indicated that the participation rate of females in the engineering field is 40% compared to 59.9% of males. This is a problem because according to Stats SA, women are most affected by unemployment. 43.9% of women are unemployed compared to 36.4% of men. As part of creatively solving the problem, we started with the first step, which is the discover. The problem we are trying to solve is that there's a low rate of participation of female students within apprenticeship programs at colleges. We think that this is a problem due to a lack of available information with regards to this particular program. And how we can actually make a difference is that we can make information easily accessible for these female students. To confirm our problem statement, we then undertook a desktop research. We found that existing solutions include career portals, internships, as well as bursaries aimed at females. Once we got these insights, we then moved over to a service safari. Some of the positive insights of the service safari is that female students are indeed keen to further their studies. However, they do not have the guidance and the information that they need in order to actually make career choices in the engineering field. What we then did as well is we conducted interviews with female students. And the outcome from these interviews indicated that a lack of access to information is indeed the prominent problem that we need to be solving for. The next step was to actually develop a persona. So as an example, we looked at Ntombi Ndlovu, an 18-year-old female who loves to party and socialize, who comes from a disadvantaged background and therefore looks after her younger siblings after hours and on weekends. What motivates her is that she would like to actually break the generational poverty within her family. She wants to be self-sufficient and wants to attain material wealth for herself. Her biggest frustration at the moment is that she does not know which career path to choose, and she lacks help and support in terms of making that decision. Once we developed the persona, we then moved on to map the journey for Ntombi Ndlovu. Ntombi Ndlovu is trying to actually really create a successful life for herself. And these are the steps then she goes through in order to accomplish this. She then speaks to her teachers, speaks to her parents and friends, searches on the internet, searches on social media, searches tertiary institution websites. Once she has done all of these searches, Ntombi is not happy with the information that she finds. She finds that information is scattered, and therefore the process is time consuming. And it actually also consumes a lot of her internet data. Once we had mapped the journey for Ntombi, we then selected 3 top ideas. First idea was to create an online artisan community that showcases female artisans who then tell their stories. Secondly, we can create an application which has got a Facebook social media style, where we can have all the information with regards to tertiary institutions, TVET colleges, artisanship, organizations that hire artisans, mentors, etc., onto that one platform. And the last idea was we could create a Take a Girl Child to Work day within the artisanal field. The syndicate then underwent a brainstorming session. The result of that was that we would then create a multi-purpose platform that is easily accessible, that has a social media style, that Ntombi could actually access all the information that she needs on one platform. Once we'd selected our idea, the next step was to actually develop a prototype. And then this leads us to the creation of the eTVET multi-purpose platform. This platform is dedicated to housing all information related to TVET colleges, that is related to all the different career paths that are provided within TVET colleges. Mentors are also available onto the app. You can connect with your mentors, as well as information about organizations that one could work for once they had studied a particular career path. One of the most important features of this particular prototype is that it is free to use without data. Once we had developed this prototype, it was very important to test it with the market to get their feedback. And indeed, female students found that this particular prototype worked very well and met their needs in terms of the information that was housed all in one sort of one-stop shop, where they could come and get information that they needed to in order to make decisions about their careers. The only feedback that we got in terms of what we could add to the development was an online library. Once we had tested with the users, we had now to think about how we're going to deliver the solution. The important thing that we needed to measure was the ease of use. The app needed to be very easy to use and to navigate through. You needed to spend very little time finding information as a user. And it really needed to not consume too much internet data. Our go-to-market strategy in terms of this particular application is that we would need to partner with TVET colleges, the engineering industry in terms of the organizations that are players in that industry, the Department of Education, as well as high schools. The idea is to actually use the platforms that these organizations already have, these organizations and institutions already have, such as career days, etc., in order to showcase the application. The maintenance and sustainability of the application will be done through charging corporates and organizations that actually place information and adverts onto the platform a small fee, of which that fee will be used to actually maintain the platform. The platform itself will be a non-profit platform. Thank you so much for your time and for allowing me to take you through our design process in terms of how we are going to solve for quality education. Thank you.